After a long week off, the UFC is finally back in Nashville, Tennessee. First time in 2 years. Not the best main event, but pretty good card nonetheless. No time to waste. Let's get into it. First fight of the night, we got Junior Tafa taking on Tuco Tokos. So Tafa is 6-3. That is 2-3 in the UFC at heavyweight. This will be his light heavyweight debut. Tokos is 10-5. That is 0-2 in the UFC. Tafa has lost 3 of his last 5. Tokos has lost 2 straight. Tafa is still just 28 years old. Tokos, 35 years old. So I'm going to take a flyer on the over 1.5 rounds here. It's plus 114. I love a nice over 1.5 at plus money. Truth be told, Tafa's only hit it twice in 9 pro fights. He was close to hitting it in his last fight. Came about 20 seconds away for whatever that's worth. Tokos is really my guy here, though. Hit it in 7 of his 15 pro fights, so he hits it like half the time. I'm thinking Tafa coming down in weight. You know, maybe he doesn't have as much power behind his punches. Maybe this goes a little long. I like the over 1.5 here. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, fight end by KO. It's hefty price, minus 265, but this probably ends by KO. 7 of Tafa's 9 pro fights have ended by KO, and 8 of Toko's 15 pro fights have ended by KO. That is 63% combined. If you like Tafa money line, it's minus 160, pretty cheap price on it. He kind of beats anyone not on the UFC level. Tokos, winless in the UFC, maybe not on that level. Feels like a good matchup. Also, Tafa looking lean and mean at 205. So maybe this is like the resurgence of Junior Tafa. And if you like him but you want him at plus money, Tafa by KO is plus 100. All 6 of his pro wins have come by KO, and Tokos has been KO'd twice before. Next fight of the night, we got Vitor Petrino taking on Austin Lane. So Petrino is 11-2. That is 4-2 in the UFC. Lane is 13-6 with 1 no contest. That is 1-3 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Petrino has lost 2 straight fights. Lane is winless in 4 of his last 5. Petrino still just 27 years old. Lane 37 years old. So I'm playing it safe here. What I hope is safe. Taking fight does not go the distance. It's minus 800. I'm obviously going to parlay it. I'll get to it as we go. 10 of Petrino's 13 pro fights have not gone the distance, and 19 of Lane's 20 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 88% combined. So feeling good about that, but, we'll see. You guys are looking for anything else to take? You want a little off that minus 800? How about fight end by KO? It's minus 500. Still a huge price tag. Definitely parlay it. 8 of Petrino's 13 pro fights have ended by KO, and 17 of Lane's 20 pro fights have ended by KO. That is 76% combined. If you like Petrino and you want a little off the top, Petrino by KO is minus 250. 7 of his 11 pro wins have come by KO, and Lane has been KO'd in all 6 of his pro losses. And dude, just odds-wise, this is way too far apart. Lane money line, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but he's plus 525. Neither of these guys are that good. It's heavyweight. Anyone's got a puncher's chance. Petrino was finished in back-to-back fights. I feel like there's a world. Remember the Rebellis to Spain fight? Lane fucking upset that. I just feel like it could happen again. I'm just saying. Probably not going to take it myself, but I feel like that's juicy. Next fight of the night, we got Nate Landwehr taking on Morgan Charrier. So Landwehr is 18-6. That is 5-4 in the UFC. Charrier is 20-11-1. That is 2-2 in the UFC. Both guys have lost 2 of their last 3 fights. Landwehr, 37 years old. I didn't realize he was that old. Charrier, 29 years old. So I'm going to take the over 1.5 rounds here. It's minus 225. Landwehr's hit it in 5 of his last 6, and Charrier has hit it in 3 of his last 5. It's in my parlay. I'll get to it as we go, but I feel like this one should go the distance, despite both these guys kind of being all action. But I like the over 1.5 here, not so much the 2.5, which is the next prop I'm going to get to. The over 2.5 is minus 150. Both guys have hit it in 3 of their last 5. Just feel like it's a little risky. Nate was finished in his last fight. Charrier did lose his last fight. There's just a lot of things here. Another prop I like, though, Charrier by decision, plus 135. Only 5 of his 20 pro wins have come by decision, but Landwehr has lost by decision twice before. And as I was saying, I kind of think this one goes the distance. And if you like Nate the Train as a dog, Nate Landwehr plus 215. He'll have a 3-inch reach advantage. He lands more strikes per minute, and he got that dog in him. And, fun fact, Morgan 0-1 against guys named Nate in the UFC. Just saying. Nathaniel Wood, just saying. Next fight of the night, we got Calvin Kattar taking on Steve Garcia. So Kattar is 23-9. That is 7-7 in the UFC. Garcia is 17-5. That is 6-2 in the UFC. Kattar has lost 4 straight fights. Garcia has won 5 straight fights, all by KO. Kattar, 37 years old. Garcia, 33 years old. So I, once again, am taking the over 1.5 rounds here. It's -125. It's in the parlay. I'll get to it as we go. Kattar's hit it in 8 of his last 9. The one fluke there being when he got a knee injury, kind of fluky. Garcia's only hit it once in 8 UFC fights, but 2 of his last 4 have made it to round 2, for whatever that's worth. Also, Kattar's tough, man. Kattar has been KO'd, but mentioned before, it was an injury. So, he's technically his chin's never really been tested, If you guys are looking for anything else, take Garcia by KO. Just mentioned he's on a 5-fight KO win streak. 14 of his 17 pro wins have come by KO, and granted, I just told you it was an injury, but Kattar has technically been KO'd before, okay? It's technically happened. If you like Calvin Kattar, take him by decision, plus 470. 10 of his 23 pro wins have come by decision, and Garcia has lost by decision 3 times before. And last but not least, fight end by KO. It's -180, so you'd have to parlay it. 11 of Kattar's 23 pro wins have come by KO, and 14 of Garcia's 17 pro wins have come by KO. And both guys have been KO'd before. Co-main event, we got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson taking on Gabriel Bonfim. So Wonderboy is 17-8-1. That is 12-8-1 in the UFC. Bonfim is 17-1. That is 4-1 in the UFC. Wonderboy has lost 4 of his last 5. Bonfim has won 2 of his last 3. Wonderboy, we got to start calling him Wonder Man. He's 42 years old. What the fuck is that? Wonderboy, 42 years old. Bonfim still just 27 years old. 15-year age gap here. I once again will be riding with the over 1.5 rounds. It's -180. I'm parlaying it with Fight Does Not Go the Distance in Petrino Lane, over 1.5 in Landwehr Charrier, and over 1.5 in Kattar Garcia. It's plus 355 for that 4-legger. Juicy. Thompson's hit it in 13 straight fights, and Bonfim has hit it in 3 straight fights. If you guys are looking for anything else to take, I do like Gabriel Bonfim here. Money line, it's -370, little hefty. He averages over 3 takedowns per 15 minutes, and Wonderboy was taken down a combined 15 times in his last 4 losses. So I feel like there's a clear path to beat Wonderboy, and it's taking his ass to the mat. He's also 15 years younger, like I mentioned, Bonfim. If you want Bonfim at plus money, take him by finish. It's plus 100 right now. 16 of his 17 pro wins have come by finish, and Wonderboy has been finished 3 times before, including 2 straight fights. And if you like Wonderboy, I mean, dude, I almost took him here as a dog. Plus 325. He's only lost to top 10 guys in the UFC. Bonfim has not fought anyone in the top 15. Wonderboy, definitely the better striker, will have the 3-inch reach advantage. Feel like if he can keep this standing, it's his fight to lose. Main event, we got Derrick the Black Beast Lewis taking on Tallison Teixeira. So Derrick Lewis is 28-12 with 1 no contest. That is 19-10 in the UFC. Teixeira is 8-0. That is 1-0 in the UFC. Lewis has won 2 of his last 3 fights. Teixeira is undefeated, so he's obviously won 8 straight, all 8 of them in round number 1. Derrick Lewis, he's up there, man. 40 years old. Tallison Teixeira, 25 years old. Damn. But you know I'm riding with the Black Beast here. Derrick Lewis plus 230. Hell yeah, I'll take that. In the last 6 years, he's only lost the top 10 guys. Tallison Teixeira has only had 1 fight in the UFC. Has not fought anyone in the top 15. Derrick Lewis, 3 times the amount of UFC fights as Teixeira has pro fights. Not only that, Teixeira's never been out of the first round. What does he look like when this goes past round 1? Hopefully he gets there, because it's Derrick Lewis's fight to win. And last but not least, Derrick Lewis got fuck you power, dude. He's one of the fucking biggest hitters in the UFC. He'll have a puncher's chance here. You got to take the plus money on it. If you guys are looking for anything else, take the over 1.5 is plus 190. Lewis has hit it in 2 straight. Teixeira's never hit it in 8 pro fights, but maybe he'll take this a little slower. He is fighting Derrick Lewis, you know. Fight end by KO is minus 650. 30 of Lewis's 41 pro fights have ended by KO, and 7 of Teixeira's 8 pro fights defended by KO, that is 76% combined.
I'm worth 100,000 like Woodrow. When a ball call me Wilson, going overboard at the Hilton.